Recording.
Recording over recording. Yeah, I'm sorry, like right there.
Alright, guys, welcome. This will be the first sales coffee. I see a lot of you guys have coffee in front of you. That helps. Friday coffee is for closing.
Right. Right there.
We can't hear you. Can you guys hear him?
Hey, Gio, you have to unmute the mic.
Wait. So this is a video.
Damn, they got us, bro.
They did get us. Man, we just got.
There's no mic. There's no mic to unmute. They gotta unmute that video.
Yeah, we just got served.
Gotcha.
Coffee of the year. So it was on my
Hold on,
heart
hold on. This thing is
to talk
messing up
about
now.
mental toughness. Okay? When shit hits the fan, keep going.
Hold on. This thing.
I'm talking about
In the middle. Show them your emails.
here, visual. Right, you are the man. Thank you for that. Listen, note takers are money makers. I say that every single time. So make sure you're taking notes. Nobody's too good to take notes in here, right? Okay. The other thing is knowledge isn't power, right? I always say this. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge is what? It's potential. It's the implementation that creates the power, okay? I want to talk about mental toughness with you today. This is the first sales coffee of the year. So it was on my heart to talk about mental toughness, okay? I'm talking about when shit hits the fan, you keep going, all right? I'm talking about, and I might go in and out of the screen. I apologize for you guys that are virtual. Okay. I like to move around a little bit, but Mike Tyson said it best himself. He said, everybody has a plan until what? Until you get punched in the face. Okay. We got to realize that no matter what, shit's going to hit us in the face. There might be a girlfriend that breaks up with us. There might be a family member that gets sick. There might be a flat tire. Our car might get repossessed. As serious as that is, man, we don't take that shit lightly. We got to keep pushing forward during that time. Okay? We got to keep pushing forward. I care about you guys. But I need you to understand that this shit is not easy. Okay? Your work ethic has to line up with what your goals are. You can't tell me that you want what Tommy has. You can't tell me that you want to make millions and millions and millions of dollars and show up here at 10 o'clock. Your goals have to line up with your actions, right? You can't tell me you want these things and not follow up with the actions. What is boot camp to you guys? When we started this business, when you were hired on, what did they talk about? They talked about boot camp. What does boot camp, when you think of military, when you think of boot camp, what do you think of? Changes your mentality, right? Breaks you down and builds you up. Respectfully, let me freaking break you down and build you back up, guys. People ask me too. They say, how do you train women? I mean, to be honest with you, I train them the same exact way. I train them, man, woman, doesn't really matter to me. Why? Because you want me to make you successful, I'm going to be hard on you. All right? I got to beat you up. I got to be hard on you. You got to let me, I got to get permission to be able to do that stuff. All right? If you want that, you got to let me know what you really want, though, at the end of the day. Okay? Be careful what you wish for, though. Success is not fucking cheap. Excuse my language. Permission to curse every once in a while. Okay? Success is not cheap. I've paid that price. It's but turn. It's your turn to pay the price. Okay? I don't think there's one freaking job out there better than this. Maybe that's why I'm decent at what I do. I feel like there's nothing better than this. There's people in this business that have been here for 3 years, make $5,000 a week. Show me someone that can do that at college. It's not happening. The president of the freaking United States ain't making more than Tommy Vina, right? Show me where that's possible. Show me where that's possible. You got to think about this mentally. You got to understand people are making 7, 8, 9, 10 grand a week in income. Let's just be real here. Okay. It's going to be hard though. You got to look at success though as an obligation, as a duty, not as an option. People are looking at success like it's an option, right? I'm not trying to wait till I'm 55 to be successful. I don't want you guys to wait till you're 55 to be successful either. What the hell is age anyways? What the hell if you lived at, what if you lived to 120? I'm being dead ass serious. I don't care if you're 65, 75, you can change your life in 2 years in this business. It's all it takes. 2 years of dedication. Freddie Hedaya, who is a superstar, he was like 60 and became an SGA like 5 years ago. And literally his renewals every single month are like 200 grand a month. The reason why I'm on this is because I don't see too many people, and I'm just being real. I don't see too many people that are here 6:45 a.m. reading books, getting better. Dude, that's what it fucking takes. I got it. Ashley got it. Christina got it. It's a short-term sacrifice for a long-term gain. You gotta pay your dues. It's like rent. The shit is due every single month. Have someone break you down. When's the last time you went up to Tommy and said, hey, dude, listen, I'm gonna get 3 or 4 or 5 people so I don't waste your freaking time. I know you're busy. Give me from 8 to 10 tomorrow. Give me everything you got. Break me down. Watch my script. Watch everything I do. Break me down, bro. I don't want to be soft on you. You shouldn't want people to be soft on you. I got people taking vacations, taking 10 days off for Christmas. I'm cool with that, but it's going to take you longer to get where you need to be. Don't tell me you're willing to pay the price, right? I'm not here to beat you into the ground, guys. I'm just trying to be real with you. If I want this picture TV, I got to pay the price. And you know what happens when I pay that price? What do I expect? I expect that damn TV, right? If I want shoes, right? Want a ring, want a watch, I pay that price. I expect it. When you work your freaking ass off, at the end of it, what are you going to expect? The fucking success. Guys, I'm just trying to be real with you guys, okay? I've talked to Simon, right, with butterflies in my stomach, right? Humility. It takes humility to call someone like that and ask questions, right? It takes humility to go up to Tommy and say, I'm losing. When's the last time, though? Think about it. When's the last time you forced someone to lock you in the room and say, I need you to watch my pitch. I'm not collecting referrals. I need you to watch me on referrals. I'm not collecting referrals. I'm not getting the job done. Reich is. You know the difference between me and you? No difference. There's nothing fucking special about me. You know what I do, though, is as soon as I get the knowledge, I fucking implement it immediately. As soon as I know I'm not getting referrals and someone tells me I need to collect referrals, guess what I do? I get referrals. Dude, we are not producing what we should be producing. You guys should be doing $4,000 or $5,000 a week. Hands down, no fucking excuses. 4 or 5,000. You know why? Because I see people in the Arias agency doing 4 or 5,000 that are nowhere near as good as you are. Be a competitor. Who are you competing with? If you're going to compete with yourself, you better get better every single day. But sometimes when I look at someone like Reich, dude, I'd be looking at that dude like I want to take his fucking head off. Respectfully, but I see in here, I feel like people aren't being competitive. People are not being competitive. That's why when you ask people about people in areas, there was me and somebody else in the room, there was too much alpha in the fucking room. If I saw him winning, I'm winning more than he was. I love him. We go out, I'm buddy with him. But when it comes down to the business, I'm beating him. Find out where he's getting better. Find out if he's showing up at 7, you should be here at 6. Think about 360-degree leader, guys. You can lead Tommy as an SGA, okay? You should be willing to do whatever it takes to be able to get whatever you want. You know the difference between 99% of the population and 1%? Is the 1% is willing to do whatever the 99% is not willing to do. And that's why the 1% of the population earns more than the other 99% combined. How crazy is that? What's the difference? It's not fucking talent. I got a lot of talented people I played football with that ain't doing shit right now. Some people I played against that aren't doing anything, right? It's all this and this. It's your mind and your heart and how bad you want it. That's the first thing I got to workshop with you guys on. It's something I have to, and I feel like it's on my heart because I feel like some of us don't want it bad enough. Do you want it badder than you want to party? You need to refuse to be outworked. I want the best everything because you know what? You deserve the best everything. I want the best office. I want the best car. I want the best suit. I want the best relationship. And you know what? You deserve the best too. You deserve the best of everything. You deserve the freaking best. You know why? Because you guys have been working your ass off and you're not getting what you deserve because we're stopping. We're stopping. We're giving it 99%. If you give this deal 99%, it's going to give you 0 right back. If you give it 110%, it's going to give you 100%. It's just the way it is. There's a price to pay for success. There's a price to pay. If you can't close, set more appointments. Find out where we're going wrong. Have this self-awareness. Be a changed agent. Don't just sit there and expect things to happen. Dude, when I was in the field, if I didn't write 1,000 a day, I was pissed. To be honest with you, when I wrote 1,000 a day, I was still pissed. You guys should be out there expecting to write $8,000 a week. I'm not saying that to be arrogant or cocky. I'm saying you guys have the fucking potential to write $8,000 a week. If this dude can do it, if she can do it, I know Faith can do it. See her here till fucking 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And when adversity hits you, that's cool because you learn more in fucking defeat than you do in success. Success is a bad teacher. Success is a horrible teacher. If you're winning all the time, you're not going to freaking, dude, you don't learn shit. You don't learn shit. You learn from failure. Failure becomes a lesson. It's the only time you learn. Successful people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people, see, smart people learn from their own mistakes, but wise people learn from who else? Other people. And some of us aren't even taking notes. Let's go! Come on! You guys are the freaking best! You're treating this deal like it's a $20,000 deal, and that's why you're getting paid $20,000. You got to treat it like it's $1 million deal, and it's going to treat you like $1 million. You got to dress like $1 million. You got to act like $1 million. You got to do that shit, and that's what was coached to me. Simon was so hard on me, bro. I remember I was in an agency huddle, sitting down like this, not taking notes. He kicked me out because I wasn't taking notes during an agency huddle. You know why? Because he cared about me. He said, bro, you got more potential than anybody in this building. You're not taking notes. You know what I said? I said, you're right, coach. I said, you're right. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I didn't sit there and say, well, dude, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. That's the problem. You think it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Your success is important to me. And when we don't get results, that bothers me. When I see Shelly out here, when I see Christina out here, and you guys don't close a deal, that pisses me off. I mean, bad. You know why? Because you deserve to close that deal. You know why? Because that family needs it more than you need it. You got to learn how to do every aspect of the business. If it's child safe, you got to learn how to do child safe. If it's contingent beneficiary, learn how to do it. Quit whining. Pay your damn dues for 3 months, 4 months, 2 years. I'm a grow type of person. You got to grow every single day. Every day. You got to grow. Right? And here's the thing. Like I said, we're allergic to average here. We're allergic to average. If you want to be average, I mean, it's not really our team. The agency isn't looking for average, and you guys aren't average. This deal is the freaking best. If we didn't even have unions, we'd still crush it. We'd still crush it. Recession proof, depression proof, fucking bulletproof. All right? All right? You guys got to be sold on this shit. You guys, the reason why I wanted to go over this shit with you guys today as the first is because before you even get down the product knowledge of this business, dude, 85% is mental. So if your mental's off, guess what? You could be the best product knowledge person in the freaking world. You're not going to close shit because you're going to be talking people out of sales. I'm trying to give you the secret to success. And I wish there was a real secret, but it's really your mental and your hard work. Do something today that's going to thank your future self later. Maybe I'll only get to 5 of you out of the 20 that are on this call, and I'd be happy with that. Maybe I'll only get to 2 of you. I'm just trying to help you out in building your deal. We already got this thing built. Once you become an RGA, dude, most RGAs aren't even fucking in the office. They're in the office from 8 to 12. You're not going to see me do that. I'll be here all day, every day to help your dreams, Matt Brown. To help your dreams, Brian. To help you. Because it's important to me. You got to think and have this mentality, guys. You got to have this mentality that you cannot be beat. Relentless. What does Kobe Bryant talk about, man? He's relentless. Freddy Krueger, like Tommy was saying yesterday in the agency huddle. Why is he so scary? Because the dude's relentless. What is your attitude? What is your attitude? I'm serious. You coming in here moping around? Are you positive? Are you negative? Are you complaining? What's there to complain about? You got to trick your freaking mind. No disrespect to anybody in the service, by the way. I thank you for your service. Brian, first person comes to mind. But tell me about it, man. I mean, like, honestly, they break you down. It's all reps. Do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. Make your bed, put your uniform on. No, not perfect. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. People are saying, let's do it tomorrow. No, you got to do it until it's perfect. And then guess what? You don't do it until it's perfect. You do it until you can't get it wrong. You do it until you can't get it wrong. You want to make tons of money and help out a ton of people? You're going to have to go through a ton of problems, obstacles. It's how you get successful. People think that success is this big hoorah. It's small little victories every single day that add up to a big hoorah. This isn't small to me, guys. This is big. This isn't small to me. We're talking about $250,000 a year. We're talking about millions of dollars a year. When you guys are here for 5 years and you graduate 4 years in the deal, you're going to be making $500,000 a year. When you graduate from the University of the Vena Agency, you're going to be a freaking $500,000 man or woman. That's what I'm talking about. That's why this shit's serious to me. If you want to, and I always say this to my family and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, man, listen, like, I'm working right now. I can't answer my phone. I can't text right now. And they're like, why? You're just at work. You're making calls. I'm like, listen, I can't answer because imagine if I was a heart surgeon and I sat there during a procedure and somebody called me and I answered during the procedure. I can kill that person. You know what my family said? Well, Gio, you're not a heart surgeon. I said, well, if I'm going to make more money than a heart surgeon, I'm going to have to be more focused than a heart surgeon. If I want to make more than a heart surgeon, I'm going to have to be even more zoned in, more focused than a heart surgeon. They got to understand they don't get it, but you need to get it. You need to understand. When I first started in this deal, you know what motivated my ass? My mom cleaning toilets. My mom came here from Italy to give us one thing, and that was an opportunity. And she came here to clean fucking toilets. That's what my mom did. It almost puts me in tears fucking thinking about it. My dad was a fucking janitor. That's what my dad did. Okay? Think about it. That's motivation right there. That's fucking motivation. When you think about your parents doing something like that, they came here for opportunity. You come here and you treat this career like it's a career, like it's $1 million position. Because one day you're going to be able to retire your mom. If you think money isn't shit, man, money isn't everything, but I promise you, everything has a cost. Everything has a cost. If your mom's sick, God forbid that were to happen, dude, if you got the money, you can put her in the best facility to make sure that procedure goes well. And she has the best doctors to take care of her, right? If you have money, man, look at Magic Johnson. Didn't the dude have fucking AIDS? He had AIDS. How did he cure AIDS? Because he's got fucking money. I know a lot of people that went to jail and they got out of fucking jail because they had money. And I know people that didn't have so much money and they're still in jail. So this whole thing of money ain't shit. It is, dude. I'm telling you, it's important. It's important. If I'm broke, how am I supposed to help anybody? How am I supposed to make an impact on anybody? If I'm broke, I'm with the broke people. They need help. I'm broke. I can't help them. I can't help them, man. I'm telling you guys, and I'm just being real. Hopefully I'm not too much for anybody right now. I'm just being real with you. Our mentality needs to change. And I feel like people are walking around and treating this Lamborghini like it's a, no offense to anybody that has a Honda. Okay. It's a reliable, good ass car. All right. But people are treating it like it's a 4-cylinder when it's a fucking V12. People are like, it's like driving a Lambo and you're still in first gear, going slow as shit. You got to look at this opportunity like it's a Lambo and fucking fly. Go 180 like I did in Vegas. running a Lambo going 180 like a dumbass. Stupid, stupid. But if you want to donate to a food bank, if you want to donate to a church, if you want to make an impact, you got to first and foremost help yourself. When you're on a plane, you know what they tell you to do? They tell you to put the mask on yourself. If you got your kids there left and right, they don't tell you, hey, if you have a kid, put the mask on the kid first. They say put it on yourself. Why? Because you got to help yourself first. You got to take care of yourself first. Take care of yourself first, then you take care of people in a big impact. You can't make a charitable donation, a true charitable donation, with a small amount of money. I mean, if that's truly what you want to do, if you want to make a true, huge charitable donation, why not work your ass off? If that's truly what you want to do, why not work your ass off and give it the way it should be, right? Guys, I feel like I said, that's the first thing I have to go over 110% every single time. I have to go over the mentality with you guys. We got to flip it. We got to fucking flip it. You know what I used to do? I used to go in a dark ass room, or at least think about this like a boxer, right? And I remember I did boxing and my coach said this. And you know what he said? He said, I want you to just turn out all the fucking lights, okay? Turn out all the lights and just clear your mind, okay? And then I want you to think about anything that pisses you off, all right? Anything that makes you mad, anything that freaking your mom cleaning toilets, all the shit that fucking pisses you off, that motivates you. Then I want you to think about where you want to be. Think about where you want to be. Turn on the lights. Boom, game time, right? Lights, camera, action, right? That's your mentality. You got to flip it, dude. You got to fucking flip it. You got to flip it. 85% of this deal is mental. So what do we got to work on daily? Our mental. Product knowledge is great. Product knowledge is great. I remember my mental was off for a whole month. Tommy called me and said, what's going on with you, bro? I wrote like 3K for the month. And for me, that was nothing, obviously. Wrote 3K. And he called me. He's like, bro, you ready for leadership? You know, I don't think you're ready. And dude, I had to flip my mind. I went a whole month with just, my mindset was busted. You know why? I would drive, it'd be like 8:50, and usually I'd door knock till 9, right? And I'd drive past the house, and what they say no to me. And I drive down, I'm like, no, I got to do it. I get myself all amped up, and I drive past it again. I'm like, missed the turn, right? And I'm like, all right, it's finally 8:58, and then what happens? You're like, oh, now it's 8:58. They're gonna be like, no. So I drive past again. I'm like, yeah, no, fucking didn't do it. You know what I fucking did though? 9:05, because my ass was like, you know what? It bothered me more if I didn't go, because I thought to myself, what if they die tomorrow? So it actually bothered me more if I didn't go than if I literally just, you know, the pain of, you know, getting a no, right? There's two pains, okay? And then I'm going to go into some product knowledge with you guys. There's two pains, okay? There's pain of regret and the pain of discipline. What I was lacking right there was a little bit of discipline. You can't think. You got to just do it, like Nike says. Just do it. Those inches make all the difference. Life is full of inches. Those little inches are how you get ahead in life. And I promise you, the grind lords are watching. So when you constantly do these, right? So pain of regret, pain of discipline. When you have the pain of discipline, it doesn't last very long. You're a little tired. I'm tired. Who cares? You might get a little sick. I'm sick. Who cares? You might not want to do it. Who cares about what your mental is thinking? You got to just do it. You know why? Because time doesn't give a shit if it's your birthday. Time doesn't care if it's Christmas. Time is arrogant. Time is fucking arrogant. You know why? Because it doesn't give a fuck about what's going on in your life. Time is just going to keep going on. So you got to be disciplined and take every second of every minute of every hour of every day. There's also the pain of what? Regret. My ass driving back and forth, right? Because I'm all nervous, you know, I start getting in my feelings, right? I'm human too. I bleed red just like you do. I get tired just like you do, right? I get nervous just like you do. Trust me, I started the same way you did. But the pain of regret lasts forever. Forever. The pain of regret lasts forever. That shit lasts forever. You ever do something that you regret, that sometimes you kind of think about still to this day? Like, man, dude, if I would have just fucking, man, I would have went this way, and this way, I would have done this. If I would have, you're still talking about it, right? That's the pain of regret. That shit lasts forever. Pain of discipline, dude, you could be tired for a little bit of time. It's cool. It's not going to last very long, right? But the pain of freaking regret, man, that shit lasts forever. That shit sucks. For me, if I had any regret, dude, that's why I just left it on the line. Because if I knew if I gave it everything I freaking got, there's nothing to regret. If you give it everything you got, there's nothing to regret. There's nothing to regret. Nothing. Okay? I'm going to share a story with you, and then I'm going to go into some product knowledge. Okay, guys? My first year in the business, right? I was just gaining traction. I, obviously, did well, but not what I wanted, right? The start of my second year is when things started popping off. So I want you to know it took me a year to get good. Okay, some of you guys, 6 months got good. It took me a year, dude. It took me a freaking year of beating my head off the wall, not collecting the referrals I should have, right? Not coaching and implementing the way I should have. It took me a fucking year, dude. Imagine going into debt, asking money off your mom, your girlfriend at the time who didn't believe in the deal, told me to quit. Her mom told me I should go finish my degree. Imagine borrowing money off that person who told you to quit, right? So the second year, gained traction, right? Doing a lot better. First 3 months, I was doing a lot better, right? I wrote 12 grand for the first time ever. I was like, dude, I wrote 12 grand, made 6 grand. I was like, woo. You know what happens when you write 12 grand? What do you think happens when you write 12 grand? What's your mentality after that? After you write 12 grand, what do you think happens?
I can write
You
20
want
grand.
more. Exactly. You want more, Dalton. You're exactly right. You want more. I'm like, dude, if I could do 12, I thought 8,000 was a lot. If I can do 12, I can do 15. Next week, tried to do it, failed. Next week, tried to do it, failed. Next week, did 15, right? Month later, going on a away trip, 4.5 hours away, by my damn self, right? I'm not saying this to feel bad for me. I'm just saying what it takes. Dude, I used to literally have a girlfriend that didn't like the deal. I would literally lay with her till 12 o'clock, till she fell asleep, slide out, pack my shit, and didn't book a hotel like an idiot, right? Because I didn't want anybody knowing, except for Tommy. Drove out. Do you ever try to drive when you're tired as shit? I'm like this. I'm like, nah, I got Red Bull. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got the window. You know, you're super tired. You like open the window. You're like trying to peek out. You're like, right? Just anything to stay up. I'm sitting there like this. I'm like, like mad at myself. You're like, right? So I'm driving. I remember, dude, going off the road like an idiot. But this is what I did because I was fucking nuts, obsessed. couldn't stop thinking about success. Driving, finally get there 4:30 in the morning, right? Tired as shit. Get there, get the hotel, have an 8 a.m., get 3 hours of sleep, right? That whole year, I dedicated so much time into the deal. I felt like I gave AIO everything I fucking got. And it still just kept giving me more, right? At some point, 6 months in, I was the quarterly top producer, right? I was the monthly top producer. I kept getting it. And I wasn't even focused on it. I was talking to Ashley about this. Sometimes when you just care so much about success and just mastering your craft and helping people, the symptom to that is making a lot of money and being the top performer. I didn't even try to be the top performer. But 6 months in, I was like, you know what? I can fucking do this thing, man. Then I started to try to be the top producer. Every month, I made it a point to be the top fucking producer every single month. Dude, that took 7 days a week, 24/7, all day, every day. Ask any top producer in the company. They'll tell you it takes all day, every day, obsessed. Nobody gets to the top. The margin between, you ever see those horse races, right? You ever see NASCAR? What does first place get versus second place? It might be a 0.3 second difference. It's like $1 million difference in prize money, right? Horse races, same thing. The difference between first and second is huge, right? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Dude, by the end of it, I remember it was the last 2 weeks, okay? The last 2 weeks, I was up by 50 grand on my competition. 50 grand. You remember I just told you the margin for first and second place is like this. Dude, I was 50 grand ahead, right? What would most people do if there's 2 weeks left? No one's ever written 50 grand in 2 weeks at that point. What would most people do if they've worked their ass off all year? They're 50 grand ahead. It's pretty much a done deal. What would most people do?
Most people give up, but successful people don't.
Successful people don't. Dude, you know what I did? I acted like I was losing. I was like, dude, I'm fucking losing. I was 50 grand ahead, right? You know what's crazy? I had a convention with my girlfriend at the time that I had to go to. It was already booked, her convention, whatever. It was like 4 days. Dude, I remember, I'm 50K ahead, right? I'm 4.5 hours away because that was always my area, 4 hours at least. And I remember getting out of a sit, 12 o'clock at night. Our plane was at 6 a.m. I had to be there. I couldn't tell my girl, right, that my ass was in a sit till 12, closing down for 2,300. My ass drove back. It wasn't 4.5 hours. It took me like 5.5 hours. Dude, I get there, pack my shit. We go and we're there at 6 a.m. I was literally no sleep. We go to the Bahamas our first day. Sounds like it'd be a great time. Dude, I was miserable our first day. No sleep. And I couldn't go to sleep because I would ruin her time. Selfish, right? My ass was thinking, oh, I don't want to go to sleep. Dude, I felt like I needed to throw up. I was dying. I felt like, dude, my first day in the Bahamas, I'm dying. I'm like trying to stay up. I'm like, you know what I mean? I felt like I was drunk. Second day was fine. Third day was fine. Good. Dude, we caught back Sunday, like late. What did I do? Dude, I'm 50K ahead. Remember that. My ass now at this point, there's only a week left. Still 50K ahead. What did I do? Put her to bed, drove like an idiot again, right? 4.5 hours. This is the fucking craziest shit ever. I wrote another 7,000, okay? I'm in my last sit. This is a true fucking story. You can ask Yorinko because he knows all about it. I'm in my last sit. I'm getting texts from Tommy, texts from Josh, texts from everybody. I'm like, why is my phone blowing up? I'm sitting there closing a deal. I'm already 50K ahead, right, guys? Dude, I go to the bathroom and I look at my phone. I'm like, what the hell? GroupMe's blowing up. They said, did so-and-so just write $53,000 in 1 week to beat Geo? Dude, I was in a sit. I almost passed out. I was like, Dude, I felt like my world just ended. Imagine going blood, sweat, tears all day, every day. Someone just wrote 54,000 in 1 week. It's never happened before, ever, right? And I remember I was like, dude, I just got to take care of this family. I'm like, I can't even, like, dude, I came back. They were like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, no, we're good. I'm like a zombie, a fucking like zombie, swear to God. And I got done. I was like shaking. And I'm shaking thinking about it. It just gives me the chills thinking about it. And I left. I remember going to my car and I was in tears, grown ass man in tears. I was just sitting there crying. And I was like, I called my girlfriend at the time, remember? I was like, hey, babe. I was like, how's it going? She's like, good, good. How's everything going out there? I'm like, good. Like, everything's good. I was in tears. She couldn't tell though. And I was like, I'll be home in a little bit. It almost brings me to tears just thinking about it, because when you go blood, sweat, and tears into something, you give it everything you got, and then it's like taken from you, dude, you feel like dude, I remember I had a trainee, I was supposed to train a week. I was like, I don't even want to train him. Dude, I remember the next day, because I called my booker at the time too, and he booked appointments for me, he helped out. I called him, I was like, bro, we didn't do it, man. I was like, we lost. He's like, what are you fucking talking about? He's like, you're 50K ahead. I'm like, bro, we lost. I'm like, we fucking lost, man. He's like, dude, that's bullshit. He's like, there's no way he wrote 50. I bet you their team came together and just wrote a bunch of business under him. I'm like, bro, none of that shit matters. I can't control that. I was like, we fucking lost, man. He's like, dude, you just pray. That's what he said. He said he was real religious. He's like, dude, just pray about it, man. Just tonight, pray about it. It's all you can do. He's like, pray to the grind lords, man. He's like, you know what? God knows that you put in all that fucking work, time, and dedication. No one's ever wrote 54,000 in a week. There's no way. There's no fucking way. He's like, dude, tomorrow morning when you wake up, he's like, you're going to be the one that won. He's like, I'm telling you. He's like, bro, God rewards those that work hard. He's like, I'm telling you. I'm like, he's like, call me. I'm like crying. I didn't want to hear it. Right. I'm like, hang up. And I'm like, dude, I remember waking up the next day. I get my phone's ringing. Yurinko was calling me. Tommy's calling me. Dude, I freaking flipped it over. I didn't want to talk to anybody. Dude, imagine me. You see me all fired up. Dude, I was like in bed like this. I was like, it was like fucking 12 o'clock. I didn't want to get out of bed. I was like, I don't want to even talk to anybody. I was like, this is the worst day of my life. This is fucking horrible. I got to tell my girlfriend, who I fucking told that we won. I told everybody. My girlfriend, who never saw me any day of the year, why? To fucking be the top producer, to be second place. My parents never saw him the whole year. Never saw him to be second place. Tommy, who told me, he's like, bro, you got to do it. You got to do it. Everybody. I told everybody, man. Finally, I answered my phone at like 12:30. I'm like, what's up, man? And it was actually Yurinko. And he said, bro, look at the reports. He's like, bro, look at the fucking reports. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, bro, I don't want to look at the reports, man. Dude, craziest thing ever. True story. Remember I came back from that vacation and wrote that $7,000? Guess how much I beat him by? About $6,700. Dude, when he told me, he's like, look at the report. I'm like, I don't fucking believe you. I don't believe you. I looked at the report, said I beat him by that like $67,000. Dude, I literally went from being a zombie to let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You know why that shit happened? Is because when you work your ass off, guys, when you do the right thing for the right reasons at the right time for the right people, dude, this game rewards you. This game rewards you, man. Dude, in tears. I even called my competitor. I said, bro, did I fucking beat you? I said, I know you didn't write that 55. I was so mad at him. Like, why would you do that? I was like mad at him. We were boys too. We worked together beforehand. I was like, why would you do that? He's like, bro, I did anything I could to beat you. Signing up family for 7,000, 5,000, bunch of bullshit. I'm like, bro, it almost gave me a heart attack, right? it just shows that no matter what, guys, I promise you, don't ever be scared to be second place, because when you bust your fucking ass, when you do everything you're supposed to do, no matter what, no matter when, people are so scared to fail. They're so scared to be in second place. When you bust your ass and go all out, you'll be first place. The grind lords reward you here. But you got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. Just like rent, it's due every single month. Success is not fucking owned. It's rented. And your dues are due every single day, every time you wake up. So I want to go over some stuff that's going to be quicker, that's going to be able to change the product knowledge for you guys. The product knowledge. I've been saying this since day one, guys, but the one reason why I was able to get ahead of this dude, who was a superstar too, I have nothing bad to say about him, is contingent beneficiaries. I'm telling you, dude, I'm telling you, you are shooting yourself in the foot if you're not collecting referrals. And you got to collect the right referrals. You got to collect the right referrals, guys. If you want to close higher, you want to have an easier life, you want to book. When I used to see people walk around the office and not even booking, I'm like, how does this dude write $6,000 a week? He's not even working. When is he even working? You know what he was doing? He was rolling beneficiaries every time. Rolling contingent beneficiaries. You have to roll them, guys. I'm telling you. Simon used to come to me and be like, dude, I know you're not doing it. He's like, contingent beneficiaries? For goodness sakes. That's what he'd tell me. For goodness sakes. He's like, I know you're not doing it. You know why? Because if you are doing it, you should have 2 guaranteed, maybe even 3 or 4 guaranteed sales a week. A week. Every time. You got to roll them from the house, especially those that are in person, guys. You have to roll. I'm telling you, it's going to make your life so much easier. I'm trying to show you guys, I'm telling you, the right mentality and then the right work ethic too, because you can work really hard or you can work really smart. I like to practice both. Work smart and hard. Work smart and hard. So when you're getting the contingent beneficiaries, remember, guys, this is going to be most applicable at the end. I'm telling you, focus on this. When you put a focus on it, you're going to be able to get it done. The only time we don't get shit done is when we're not focused on it. You have to be seriously focused on it. At the very end, you collect the beneficiaries. I'm telling you, get 3 from dad, 3 from mom. And here's the verbiage. I'm going to say it one more time. On the recording, you guys can revisit this, but you got to say it like this. And you got to build the importance. You got to build the sense of urgency. You have to. You have to. So at the very end, right, you get a PSR form. You grab it and you say, all right, guys, one of the last things we're going to do for you today, we're doing this for them. One of the last things we're going to do for you, we're not doing it to them, for them. One of the last things we're going to do for you today, we're going to realign your beneficiaries, guys. The problem, always bring up a problem, so there's a sense of urgency. The problem that they saw, guys, is that there was roughly about $1.71 billion worth of insurance that actively actually went out there in force. There's $1.71 billion of life insurance that actually went unclaimed in 2013 to 2014. And every single year after that, it's been the same thing, guys. So what they actually have us doing, right? It's not like it's not like we're doing this. They have us doing this. So what the company requires us to do, always use the word required. Dude, we can't vary from this process. This is a requirement. This is a requirement. We're required to do this. So what the company requires us to do is actually add a third, fourth, even a fifth contingent beneficiary on both you, Joe, and you, Mary. So God forbid, if something were to happen to you, Joe, obviously we know it's going to go to Mary. Okay. Now, if something were to happen to you, Mary, we know it's going to go to Joe. Okay. Now, if something, God forbid, something were to happen to both of you guys in like a common accident, or something happened to Mary first, right? We need to make sure we have 3 contingent beneficiaries for you, Mary. Let's start with you. Mary, who's going to be your backup beneficiary outside of Joe, right? The reason why you want to get 3 from Joe, 3 from Mary is because when you get 3 from Joe, Joe's going to probably put his parents and maybe his brother. If you just get 3 for both of them, they might be like, should we put Joe's parents or should we, let's put Mary's parents. Now you're missing beneficiaries. Okay. Is this better for the client? Like, dude, $1.71 billion of insurance went unclaimed. Imagine if, let's say they were on a vacation, dad, mom, and the kids died. God forbid that were to happen. And our company knew nothing about it. Nobody even knew they had American income. Dude, they only get a certain amount of time to claim on the money. So imagine if this is a real fucking thing. A lot of times people don't know that they were a beneficiary on the life insurance policy, or even that they had a life insurance. You know why? How many times you call up people, hey, do you have your folder? And what do they say? No, I don't even have my folder. How the fuck do you think their contingent beneficiaries have the folder if they don't even have it? You got to do what's best for them. It's not for you to get a sale. At the end of the day, it's actually for them. So that money doesn't go unclaimed. Imagine paying $200 a month for a life insurance that never pays out. Dude, that's horrible. That's horrible. People don't know that they're beneficiaries. They don't even know that their grandparents had a life insurance policy. How many times you get somebody that, maybe had a State Farm and they have never seen their State Farm agent since they signed up 30 years ago. You're sitting down with Mary, she's 70 years old. You're trying so hard for them to find their policy, right? They don't know how to look it up. They just trust whoever signed them up. So it's our duty, our obligation, our job. Do your job to make sure that their beneficiaries are contacted and get the necessary paperwork. And then guess what? While you're going over all that stuff, they can get the insurance as well. And then they'll be protected. We got to get the right mentality for this. So, like I said, at the end, our way, guys, the company requires us to align, right? I always say, like, in a way of combating the situation, the company requires us to add a third and a fourth beneficiary, even a fifth, for you, Joe, and you, Mary, as well. We'll start with you, Mary. Now, in this scenario, you're not going to say, let's start with your brother. You're not assuming it as much as like a referral. You're just letting them decide because you don't want to say their brother and them not want to put their brother. So you say, who's going to be the backup beneficiary after your dad, your mom? Okay. Now, after that, you collect them, right? You want to get the name. Don't just get the name. I usually get the address. There's no place for phone number. Get their phone number. You can get their date of birth. Takes a little bit of time, but it's going to save you a lot of time because in 1 hour, you can only book 2 appointments. You might be able to be like Christina and book 4 somehow, but it's not always the case, right? Statistically speaking, in 1 hour, the average you can book is 2 appointments. When you roll contingents, it might take you 10 minutes, maybe 15, but you can roll 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 like I did. I remember I got a sale and rolled 6 contingent beneficiary. We sold 4 of them out of 6. 2 of them just didn't want anything to do with me. That's cool. I sold 4 of them. The other 2, maybe they'll come around, right? But
All right, guys. Tommy's gonna use the account for the webinar. Sorry about that, guys. I'll just put in the same video for the group on the group me if you guys want.
Yeah, do that. That's fire.
For sure.
Appreciate it, Edgar.
All right, no problem, man.
Go today, guys.
Have a good day, guys. Let's get it.
Sir,
Thanks, Edgar.
no problem.